Good morning. Good morning. It may be afternoon for some of you, but thank you guys for coming in. Um, I'm a little late. Hey, Jamal Fareed. Good morning, Ronnie, Amaz, and all the chat. Hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button, please. Is the poll still available? If it is, take the poll question. Hi, YouTube camera. Yes, I am feeling much better. Liz Livos, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you. Um, I'm not sure who is all in here. I see you two cameras. I hope you feel better. I feel much better. I saw Sandra earlier. Nessa A, good morning. Thank you for coming. And that's all I see right now. Sandra was here early, Miss 313, Miami Popo. Thank you all for dropping in earlier. And I guess you can catch me on the replay. I see Cruiser dropped in. A View is a View was here earlier. Rose Bennett, Jill's Comfort Zone. So thank you all for coming in. Okay, so let's get started. Madison W., Grand Rising, Grand Afternoon, if not. Child. Okay. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better. But girl, I knew something was amiss when I got up like 1 in the morning. It was going down and up. Hey the bushes, how you doing? Um, when was this? Friday. See, this is why I don't like to go out to eat. This is why I do not go like to go out to eat. Hello, footsteps in the dark. How are you? The boys are fighting. What boys are fighting? YouTube cameras. I'm gonna have to drop my link, and you're gonna have to just give me a little update or let me know. But okay, Friday. I think it was Thursday. I went out and we had some Popeyes chicken. Now I haven't had Popeyes chicken in years, so that's why I was like, oh, let's get some Popeyes. So we get the Popeyes, and then it was a piece left over. I asked my husband did he want it, so I put it up, and then Friday I heated it up for lunch, and by Friday night my stomach was just ruined. Okay, so I couldn't. I came live Saturday. I had made some homemade soup. I was eating the soup because I figured that maybe I had gotten food poisoning. Whatever it was, I knew I couldn't put anything on my stomach. And then I came live Saturday, and I think somebody kept writing chitlins and Wild Wing Hockey. Uh, kept writing chitlins in the chat, and that even threw my stomach. And I had to get offline real quick because my stomach has been torn up, put it that way. So I've been eating soups and all of this type of stuff. So I said, okay, well, maybe I'm over it. Maybe I'm over it. So last night, I cooked myself a nice piece of salmon. It had lemon on it, some what is it, lemon, sage, over some wild rice. And I was like, I am going to tear this up. So it's nothing rough, anything. So my stomach was waking me up last night. It was just going crazy. And it woke me up. And I went to the bathroom and it was just sick again, totally sick again, coming up and going down. And I was so exhausted. I had to take a whole shower. I was so exhausted by the time I, by the time I got out of that bathroom. I went to my computer. I wrote a note. I may not be coming live this morning because I am not feeling well. I see a lot of you saw the note. I just didn't want to leave my live where you guys didn't understand that I just didn't do a live this morning. I always alert you guys if I'm not going live on Thursday. If I don't think I'm going live, since this is election time, uh, I I have commitment. See, other people want to say you've had strokes, but you're committed to the actual election of things that's going to affect you and how you live your life. But they're committed to lies and bullshit and meeting Ness and Shaquem. So, see, I have commitments about my future. So I just wanted to let you guys, hey, Soul Sister number one, let me drop my link. I'm nosy this morning. YouTube camera, I don't know if you have something to do, but please tell me. Speaking of the devil, speaking of the devil, here she is. If you don't have anything to do, who's fighting? YouTube cameras. I'm trying to lose weight after vacationing. Take your time, girl. Take your time. Do you some nice walks. Shitty booty. I must admit, I cannot deny it. I would like to say something different, but I think there is nothing there. I am there is nothing there. But okay, here's YouTube cameras. Okay, let me put my banner up real quick. YouTube cameras,
Yes, hi, Ronnie Q.
how are you?
Good, thanks. I'm so glad you're doing better.
Yes, much.
Yes, look at Nessie Pooh in the chat. What did she say? She said,
She called me shitty booty. I was trying. I was trying to be polite and not vulgar, but Ness got right to the situation of the whole thing.
Yes, yes, yes. Listen, the boys are fighting. They've been fighting since what, like yesterday? When I say the boys, okay, I mean like, like our gay boys are fighting. Okay, who's fighting? There's an exchange going on between ZT and Rick Reed came yesterday, and Rick Reed responded to ZT. ZT said a couple of names, and I knew that Rick Reed was coming. Rick Reed came and clapped back yesterday. ZT came back yesterday. Um,
Did
the
ZT erase his? Because I heard Rick Reed, and then I went over to ZT to see what ZT had said. I don't see what ZT said to piss Rick Reed off, and I didn't see a response. So is he erasing his videos? ZT?
Oh, did he erase it? Okay, see, I didn't check to see if he took it down. He called Rick Reed's name first because Rick hasn't been live for, I don't know. I think his last live, I don't know, it's been at least a week or something or more. The
Exactly.
first, yeah, so the first live I saw where his name got mentioned was over there at ZT, and that was yesterday. I want to say he did it in the morning. It might have been in the morning. If it's not there, then that means maybe he privated it or something.
No, it's not there. The last video he did was a year ago because I went over there to see what he said about Rick Reed to have Rick Reed go at him, and there was nothing there except for the
Oh,
first
really?
live video. So he's hiding the video. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he had like called him out, and yeah, that's what prompted Rick to come. Like, I mean, like right away. I'm talking of like in less than an hour. So he must have seen it, and I think did somebody like there's somebody named gosh, what the heck is it? Something alert where they like send you text messages and tell you, oh, this person's dragging you. It's like
And
a
sent him
messy.
$1 to go live and let you know what's going on. You better not send
y-
me $1. You better send me $50. That was funny. That was
Yes,
funny.
yeah, that was funny. So that's why Rick Reed had clapped back and like had responded to him. And then who else is fighting? Mother was like clean. Is that a cleanup? It's not like his typical cleanup, but it was reading Brian and Roe yesterday. Actually, was it yesterday or the day? I already recapped it, so it must have been the day before. He like read them and basically kind of like dragged them and gave them a cleanup of some sorts, called them conjoined twins, said a whole bunch of
And he was going in on Brian so much, and then he reached and swiped Roe a little bit. I said, "Oh, he just gave Roe a little tap," and then the next thing I know, Roe was being wound up and stuff, and I was like,
oh.
"Oh my god!" And it was so fucking funny. Yeah, I saw that one too.
Yes. Okay. So Ro came back. I guess maybe Ro responded late, but Brian had responded. Okay, Brian responded like early, so he had responded, and then I did see that after Ro went live, Mother went live again because he inserted. He said he brought up the fact that he felt like two of them. He is the one that put the two of them together. And he said that the both of them are. How did he put it? Okay, now aside from calling them the conjoined twins, he did put the two of them together as kind of being the same,
Hmm.
and and put Shakim put Shakim in the middle. I'm like, damn it, Shakim, you're trending again. Okay, the Rose whole friendship and all of that stuff with Shakim, and Mother was basically saying, yeah, Brian, I think you also like Shakim, and if I can recall, I remember when I did watch that live, okay, because I had to make sure that I knew the live he was talking about. He said he has footage, and I'm like, what kind of footage? What kind of reaction are we talking about? Because Mother is kind of like dangling it, like, say it and so, and let me know, and I will release the footage. I'm like, oh my gosh, wait,
I
wait.
remember him saying that. Yeah, I was like, he said, "Don't forget, bro, I have the footage." He said that
Yes,
he was over there late one night, and he had some footage of Roe. I think it was Roe, right?
yes,
Yes. Okay.
yeah,
So,
and wait, is that the same live or do you think? Okay, so I asked
oh,
the
you
one
found the
that I
live?
saw. No, no, I remember because I was watching the live. So I had asked Shady Blue because I thought it was the same live. I said, Shady Blue, is Mother talking about the live where Shakim was shirtless? And it was around the time that he was doing a whole bunch of concerts and he found himself, I think it was on Honest Rose page, and Brian and Honest Rose were up there. I can't remember if anybody else was there. However, Rico Reports and Shady Blue were in the chat. And that was when Shakim was kind of like dancing and shaking his thing, and Rico and Shady Blue were hollering and making all kinds of comments in the chat. Shady Blue confirmed that yes, it is that live. So I don't know where that live is. I don't remember how we can find that live, but
That was before a lot of people was watching Honest Row. That's when he first started, blowing smoke up Honest Row's butt about meet me here, meet me there. Okay,
oh,
I don't.
yes.
So that's why that's a good hat. That's a good video to have because maybe not a lot of people know about that one. So I don't know what's on it. Did his Peter fall out, or was he begging profusely, or was he drooling while he was dancing? I wonder what
No,
he
okay. Wait,
gonna
I'm
show
gonna tell
us.
you. I'm gonna tell you only because what I really was paying attention to was the fact that Rico Reports, and because Rico Reports is in Detroit, right?
Right.
So him and Shady Blue were in the comments. This was long before we even suspected anything about Shakim being whatever, whichever way he swings. They were making comments back to each other and they were laughing. Shakim was gyrating, okay? I think he was shirtless
Uh-huh.
and you could see the print. He probably had shorts on, and if you were like paying attention, it probably was. I feel like he was on another panel, and then he came later to their panel. I feel like he was. Was he on Nexus panel? It was when he was doing all of that. He was everywhere. So he hit somebody's panel, and he was kind of like dancing. They asked him or dared him to dance, so he had already like done the shake, whatever he was doing. Then he came over there, and that print of the eggplant was very obvious. And so the boys were laughing, and it kind of made me look up, and I was like, oh my gosh, okay. Then we're going back and forth and laughing and making comments in the chat.
This was over on Roe's panel, when a lot of people didn't go to Roe, when Shaquem was on the scene doing all those dances everywhere trying to get attention, Liz. So, okay, so did you
And it's
know?
been months. It's been months. Yeah.
Now, did you know before Rick Reed came out that ZT did a live the day before? And he came on live. He was in his nurse's scrub, and okay, let me show you something. He was in,
No.
yes, he did a live the day before, but he didn't mention Rick Reed. But oh, I took him
Did he
back.
hide that live? Then that notification must not have gone up. Maybe after he did that live, maybe his notification, because hadn't he been away since the whole fighting situation?
Yeah, he had, and this was the first live that he came back after the fighting
They call you
situation.
Elizabeth.
So he
Okay.
came live and he was saying that um and you couldn't tell if he was serious or not. So that's why I wanted to ask you, was he and his boyfriend locked up? Because he came back and he said that the charges had gotten dropped, and he had been in jail, and he was like, with a little giggle behind it, and then he said he had been in jail ever since, and he had just gotten out of jail, and he said that he didn't end his live. He said, "You guys remember I was away from my phone when the live ended." And
Hmm.
he said, "You guys ended my live because you guys were reporting my live." So, and I don't, I
Oh
wanted to know, when you saw his live after Rick Reed, did he talk about the jail situation and if
no.
that was real? Oh,
No, he did talk about his boyfriend though. At that time, he was I don't want to say, I guess I didn't know that he had done a live before then, so it makes sense because I'm like I'm waiting for him to say something about like the state of whatever, whether he had gone to jail or not. I missed that one. I didn't
yeah,
get that notification. He the one I'm talking about, he was home. He had on a pink shirt. He had on a pink like do rag. um so it was alive after that.
right. So I see he was supposed to come back and tell us all about it. So he never did that. That's my question.
No, yeah, no, I didn't see that.
So what he did say, he said tongue in cheek that he and his man got arrested. The case had been
Oh
dropped,
wow.
and that, well, yeah, I've been in jail. I just got out of jail. Right now I've been in jail a month. So he never. That's what the live I was waiting on him to see. So he deleted that live. So
Oh
what?
damn.
And what I wanted to know, did you notice that when he went to jail, this was the background of his house. This is the day of the fight. And you see the background of the house. And then he
Yeah.
came back, and
It's
this was,
different. Thank you. I noticed that his background was different. What was that about? I'm like, is it because of all the stuff that happened? Because we saw the way that that life ended abruptly and stuff was thrown around. And I
we
did
heard
notice
shit
that his background
breaking.
was different.
We heard shit breaking and tearing up and
Yeah.
stuff. And then so I noticed the different background, and I was like listening to him. I was like, oh well, he and his dude are not together anymore. And lo and behold, he gets up, lets his dog in, and he said, "Hey baby, put the dogs in their room." And I was like, he's still with this dude after
I heard a man's
all of that.
voice. Yeah. I heard a man's voice.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a, "Hey baby, put the dogs up." So there could not be a brand new baby at this point. So I'm thinking that he's still with the guy who came out like Frankenstein, with his arms up for his chest, and they start fighting. I mean, for his neck, and they start fighting. So what do you think?
I think it's the same guy because in this video that I'm talking about where he's got the pink thing on do rag, he's saying like, I don't know what you guys think. You guys, he said he's a boss, and he said, what do y'all think? Y'all thought that like we that I was living with him or something, but this is my dude. and you hear the way that I talk, I was saying, no, don't do that or something. But I don't know what you guys thought, something like that, right? Kind of like, I've been with this guy. Did he say 20 years? I don't know where I got 20. I'm pretty sure I heard him say 20.
Oh my
Either
God.
they've known each other for a long time or something. I don't know. I heard 20 years. I may be wrong. Maybe I'm getting it misconstrued. But yes, he didn't come right out and say, oh, yeah. But to me, it just sounded like whatever it is that they kind of worked through it. That's what it sounded like to me without him really coming out and saying that.
Oh, so it is what it is, and we are together, and that is my boo. Now,
Yeah, pretty much.
now, even when the fight, we heard him saying, "Don't do it. I love
Please,
you."
baby, or something. I
Yeah,
love you, or
please,
something. Yeah.
baby. Yeah, I was like, you had a hammer 3.5 seconds ago. So I wasn't clear on any of that. So I went back to look for the video that to see if he did a video after Rick Reed, and you said he did. And
Hmm.
when I went back to see if he did a video after Rick Reed, I didn't see the video he did the day before Rick Reed. So he's taken both of those videos now. So thank you for giving me that information, girl.
Yeah, and I think he's come live. One of the other lives, he might have come live like twice or three times yesterday. One, I think he was playing music. Then the other one, I think, like he had some troll in the chat. Some troll like called him by his real name or something, and he deleted or blocked the troll. But that was all like after the whole Rick Reed thing. But since then, Rick Reed, like came back and clapped back and he gave his response. But he came live and he was playing music and all of that. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, what did he even say about Rick Reed? I think he was just deflecting. So he has already moved on from the story. So obviously, we're not going to hear if there were charges, if they were arrested. We're not going to hear any of that because he was supposed to come back and talk about that. But he's talking about Rick Reed of all things.
Yeah, he was saying something about some letter, a two-page letter when he was talking, and then he said go to Castro Cannon's live. I don't know why he brought up Castro Cannon's name or what that was about. He said go to Castro's last video at that time. That was yesterday. Maybe there was a video. I didn't leave his live to go to Castro Cannon, but I think somebody went and watched the live. Castro does like short lives, but he referred people to go see Castro's last live from that day. Like I don't know. I guess yesterday was what Monday. Um, and I didn't understand the reference to Castro. Whatever was said in the video, he didn't really say what it was that was said in the video. But yeah, he called out Castro. He called out Rick Reed, and I don't remember who else he called out. But yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, he's moving beyond his story, and I guess he's dragging other people in, so he doesn't have to talk about it. So that's what
Yeah.
I really wanted to know once you brought him into it. Yeah, but I saw the boys fighting, but it's interesting.
Mother came back and clapped back at after Rose live. I have to go back and finish watching Rose live, but Mother already came back. Rose live was out. I think his live was less than 30 minutes, but Mother already responded to that live, and yeah, I don't know if Rose is gonna say anything, but I'm like, oh gosh.
Ro has so much misplaced anger. If he would put his actual anger at the people who does something to him, it would be more effective, in my opinion, because he says all these nice things about everybody else, and then when he gets mad at the people who actually mess over him, he always takes it back. So I don't know why he wants to fight with James of all people. It's funny. I didn't even know they were fighting. I thought last time I saw James was saying that he, Ro and Brian would make a good couple. And then when he came back and fought at him, and he said why he thought they would make a good couple, I fell out. He said because they're one and the same.
One and the
And
same.
one would and the only reason Brian would be good for Roe is because Brian would be able to drill Roe like he likes to be drilled. I feel like
Oh my God, I know, and I don't think Ro's gonna like all the stuff he said to his to his response. And then he said, I told Brian to stop lying, that if he doesn't stop, lying, he was gonna have to come and drag him. And he said, while he was dragging Ro, that Brian was laughing, but Brian was in the chat. Brian was in the chat this time around. And I don't know, but Brian and Ro are just starting to get. I like Brian and Ro together, like their friendship. I don't know about anything else, but I like, when they're on panels together. I feel like, they have good, I don't know, YouTube ship panel kind of chemistry or something. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's what Mother's referring to. I don't know.
yeah, I
Look at
think that.
Voodoo. Look at Voodoo. Hi, Voodoo.
And Brian, of course, Brian said that he wanted to, he wanted to date Ro.
Now, has he come out and really said that? Because it's
Yes.
like, okay, okay.
He said that he was interested in Ro after the hospital thing when Ro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he said that he really wanted a chance at Ro, and Ro said no because this was before Vegas. Ro still thought he had a chance at Shakimi,
Wait.
so Ro turned him down, and Brian was like, "Well, that's okay because I'm on this Ozempic and I am working out, and you are going to regret that."
Oh my God,
Ro
he
was
keeps
like,
doing
you're
it.
really not my type. Think of you as a friend. Uh, Ro elbowed him in the throat with, you're just the friend type. So Brian was like, I'll show you. So Brian's on a mission to show Ro what he's missing.
I think they're slowly getting back on good terms. However, according to Mother, it's like Shakim is in the middle of it, and Mother thinks that, child, this is messy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Does Shakim even go over there at Rose anymore?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him. I don't know. I don't think I've seen him over there lately, but I know that they're on better terms now. Like they've talked it out, and at least they're speaking, because before they were not really speaking. They took turns dragging each other. It took a while before Ro finally had enough and dragged Shakim, like dragged Shakim.
No. Okay. Oh, okay.
But they've worked it out. They've smoothed it out, and I think it happened on Shakim's panel. I want to say like last month. So they're fine.
Now, what do you think about this thing that's going on with Wu? Um, I
Oh my
heard
gosh,
that
such a mess.
I've since heard that she had uh was it a fight? I don't think it was a whole breakup with the dude that she lives with. I don't know anything
It was
about
a fight.
that. Was after Lemons, right? That wasn't before the lemon thing, right?
Yeah, that was because the lemon thing happened Sunday night to Monday. Okay, so we woke up. I remember I did a live, and I had gotten up and I had been watching it. I was in and out of sleep, and it was like I turned over and I was watching Lemons, and then I like blinked an eye and the live was down, and I got a screenshot of the fact that she p-bombed him, and he had another live set up. And so then I watched that entire live. When he came back, it was less than 2 hours, and that was Monday. That was Sunday night to Monday. Okay, so Monday morning, as we started our day, that's what happened. So then Monday night, because today's Tuesday, Monday night, then the whole debacle with Larry happened.
Right. So I heard that part, and it seemed like the argument or fight with him happened after the lemon thing. So I was
Yeah.
I don't know much about her, but I was reading up some things about had been going on in her life allegedly, and that Larry was the one who was taking care of the little kid who was in the home, and that
Mm-hmm.
maybe somebody was saying they had not heard the little kid's voice in the home, and she seems to be spiraling out of control more. So I don't know if any of that is true, but people who watch her have made that observation. So she could be going through a lot of stuff. She said that we always see her drunk. She came on live and said that the doctor told her that there was something wrong with her liver, and she's hanging
Yeah.
out with Lemon of all people. So it seems like she's going through a lot of stuff, and you know, I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, I do watch it. In fact, I mod for her. She has been going through a lot. I noticed is that like I think during the summertime she had lost a friend. I think that's where the downward spiral kind of started. It wasn't as obvious, but I noticed a change in mood. People mourn differently. So it started then. She was dating Kareem. We saw that on live when they broke up. That was, around her birthday, and that kind of spiraled. And ever since then, it's been like one thing after the other. And I feel like the relationship breakup was public. They broke up a couple of times. Then they really had a nasty breakup to where it was like a domestic situation. That she did tell it on live. I know she's the one who told it. She did tell it on live. I don't know if she tried to get ahead of it by telling it before it came out any other way. Um, no, but the little boy has no, he's been there. I heard him yesterday.
Okay,
I
you
could
did
hear
hear.
his voice. Yeah, I
Okay,
did hear him yesterday. Even before that, and the day before, like she was
good.
on live. She was play. She's been playing. Like when even on her channel when she was playing music, he was there. It's the same house that Larry was at. But sometimes I think he's I guess maybe playing with the neighbors or he's next door or something. But yeah,
Okay.
he's been around. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, I didn't know her, and I was just reading that, and I was like, so she's going through a lot, and
Yeah, a lot.
obviously she deals with her issues with alcohol. So
Yeah.
I just hope the best for her. That's all I have to say about that. So thank you for correcting that.
Yeah, and the health thing you said was true. She did, she comes and she's one of those people that tells a lot of stuff on live. So it's not like any secret. She did say that she had gone to the doctor, and so with that, she's been going for walks. She'll do the walks on live. The doctor told her, about her health, and so as a result, she's been going on daily walks, and she would do them on live. In fact, she might have done one earlier in the day before this incident happened, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yes, because it was on that panel when I had dropped down over there in the Mode 3 sector. She had been on the panel, and then I was gonna ask her if she had gone on a walk, and she said out loud when she went outside, "You know what time it is? It's time for me to go for the walk." Yeah, so yeah,
Uh,
she's been
has
going on
she
the
been
daily walks.
has she been drinking less? Because okay,
I think
so
she might have been drinking.
see, so I'm thinking that she may misunderstand it. If something's wrong with your liver, and we know that she's a heavy drinker, that
Mhm.
your liver the deposits in your liver disappear, and your liver starts to repair itself, and it's kind of like spider webs overlapping each other, and because you continue to drink, it never has a chance to fill in, so it starts filling in with fat. That's why they say you have a fatty liver. So don't tell
Mhm.
me that she is taking walks for her fatty liver. That's what I'm trying to and still drinking. It doesn't work
Um,
like that.
See, I don't like I did, I try not to pry aside from, like the stuff she shares. I think she's not consuming as much, but I wonder if alcohol, because that was the first thing that I asked when, because I was live like on my backup channel last night and they came and dropped it. I saw her on a panel, but I didn't, there was nothing going on at the time. And that was earlier in the day, but apparently, when this started happening, I think the person that came in my chat and dropped it is also a mod over there and was over where in the chat where it was happening and came to tell me. I don't know if she had been drinking. I would want to say no because when I heard her, she sounded like her normal self. She didn't sound like she had been drinking. I think she's trying to. I think she's trying to do better because like all this weekend, like late when she found out, she's been going for the walks, and I think she's trying to do better. And people were giving her suggest drink water and all of this stuff. So I
Yeah.
think yeah, she was really trying. So I don't know if alcohol played a part in kind of making the situation worse, but it was bad last
Okay.
night.
But her and the guy, they are not over. They are back together. I heard that someone, when the fight happened, someone told her to go get her pow pow, and she hadn't thought to do that beforehand. So I hope that their situation
They
is okay.
separated them. Yeah, DJ said, DJ, one of the content creators from the Mo3 sector, like he was on my panel this morning. The people were recounting because I missed it. I had to watch the replay. I kind of like I peeked in when it was happening, and apparently she was no longer on the panel. There's like accounts of whether police came or police didn't come, but according to what I was told this morning, police came to separate them. But from what I saw,
Oh
yes, it
man,
was bad. It was all kinds of stuff. Like the kitchen was a mess. The guy had thrown food, everything, broke a bunch of stuff on the floor. He had a humongous butcher knife in his hand. Okay.
what?
Yes, it was a scary thing. And so the ladies on the panel, it was a Skull Mysterious panel, and she was they were advising her, get out of there. She had a brass knuckle that had a knife. Okay. It was horrible.
Wow. I
Yeah, it was
didn't know.
bad.
I didn't know he had a knife. That's crazy. Yeah.
Huge. I don't know. To me, it was like a huge knife in his hand, and he walked in and sat down with that knife in his hand, and so that's why Mysterious was like, "What are you doing? Why are you?" Because she was arguing with him, or she was like saying something, and she had the brass knuckle with the knife, and it was just very dangerous. And I think they were asking her, "This guy is bigger than you. What are you doing? And you're still talking. You need to get out of there." And where is your GUN? You like if you're not getting out of there, you need to make sure that you are safe because
Yeah.
it was scary.
Now I understand why they recommend that she go get it. Because a lot
Yeah,
of people, a lot of women, don't think that it's going to happen to them. And
yeah,
with somebody, holding that and angry at you, that could have easily happened. So I just hope that she gets the peace and the help that she needs to you know um be better, feel better, and get some better health. That's all,
yeah,
because I don't know her, or I just hear little stories. I've seen her on panels a little, but it's horrible that people have to live that way. So thank you for
yeah.
the information, YouTube cameras.
No problem. Yeah, it just she also had a fallout with one of her, yeah, like her admin, really, like one of her friends. She had like all around the same time, the time that she broke up with the then boyfriend, then she had a falling out with one of her close friends that's on here, and they had been going back and forth. Plus some other stuff happened, and they had been trolling her with it. It's just like
Now,
a
she
lot.
lives near these people. These are not like, does she ever engage with these people who she is considering friends? Because I hear a lot of them live in the same vicinity. So are these actual friends that she can really call friends, or are she just really depending on YouTube friends?
No, some are like Skull Mysterious, and part of what was happening last night, she was like, she was really telling her because they're both in Texas. Skull Mysterious was saying, I live like 20 something minutes away. I need to know how serious this is because if I need to pull up and make sure you're okay, I need to be able to make sure that you're okay because I don't know what is that. They're trying to figure out like, how bad is this stuff? If you're not leaving the house, why are you not leaving the house? And so I know Skull Mysterious is there close. I think that's the closest person within vicinity from her. And she said, I can pull up and check on you and make sure you're okay. Queen 88, that's like another city, but they're all in the same state. I don't know that they're friends. I would probably say, I don't know. Sometimes they're okay, sometimes they're not. The friend
Okay.
that I'm talking about that she fell out with, she lives in a different state.
Okay. So,
But they're friends outside of YouTube.
well, maybe she'll find some friends on these walks that she's taken, who can be actual real friends who, um, are not just YouTube friends and this, that, and the other. It's always good to have real people in your life,
Yeah.
and not just depend on the YouTube people. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, because
Tamara.
you know what? Some of these things that are, I wish I could be like, don't say this on, even if you tell me serious who is within close vicinity, I can understand that. And if you tell her and you guys have gotten close and she's in real life and understands YouTube, that's understandable. But
Hmm.
it's kind of different when you come on a live stream with like hundreds of people, with a lot of them not liking you and knowing that a lot of them are going to troll you with all the information. Unfortunately, yeah, that's what's happened. Some of these incidents kind of like unfolded on a live stream in front of hundreds of people. So it becomes like, they scrutinize it, they say she's lying, and they find poke holes in it, they twist it, they form narratives with it. So it takes on a whole different, I don't know,
Dynamic, yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, like I say, I just heard these things, and I mean, this is some serious stuff, that's
Yeah.
going on with her. So I hope she takes it seriously, and I wish her all the best. That's all I can say about that situation.
Yeah, I'm praying for both her and him because they've had situation before, and the child. And you know what happens here, because this stuff happens on live. There are people that are gonna troll her. They call Popo on live. They're probably, hopefully I'm praying that nobody calls CPS or anything, because there is a minor child involved.
Lord.
Yeah.
So would so it seems like you think that would be possible because of what was exhibited.
Yeah, because they had already like been saying it. Like some people were writing it in the chat. Some people were, yeah, because yeah.
Yeah.
That were saying that she was, because she said they asked her in looking to find out if she was safe. They said, "Where's the child?" She said that the child was at the neighbor's playing. But then now I'm hearing that some people are saying that the child was not there, and you know, if you know what that sector gives, and just the fact that it's YouTube and people who don't like her, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But we know it
yeah,
happens. We know it
yeah,
happens. Okay, well thank you for coming up and sharing that with us. I don't
no
know of
problem.
anything else that has happened. The beef sector has been quite boring. I did not catch any of what Lemon had going on last night.
The stuff I saw, okay, Rodney and K Fid got into it over there at Lemons this morning.
Again? Well, in
It's
person,
a
in person,
carryover.
in
Yes, on
person.
the panel.
Okay,
On the
good.
panel. Yep.
How did that go?
Oh my gosh, she was going at him. He had gone up there to talk about the troll that was in the chat or whatever. And then I think Lemon had asked him about the fight with Corey Lover and Kate Fit. And I don't know, was Corey Lover in there? But Kate Fit definitely was. Kate Fit hit the panel and they went to dragging each other. And yeah.
Okay, so if you guys are not aware, Choreo Lover cheats on me, and she's the mod for
Jesus.
the hood table. So I watched the live, and Rodney came over there with his Pinocchio page under his Pinocchio page, and Rodney always has a problem with how other mods mod him, but he always is a vindictive mod when he's modding himself. So Choreo Lover evidently told him that it was unnecessary for him to report when he's leaving the chat. And he took offense at that. And he either went over and wrote something on his community page, or he wrote something on his community page and went live about it, and then came back to the Hood Tables page like nothing ever happened. And while he was over there and the Hood Table was still live, somebody uh, told them to go look at Rodney's community wall and what he said about Choreo Lover. So that's where the situation broke down at. And then I heard that he also had done a live about that situation, and allegedly K Fit, I don't watch his live, allegedly K Fit was in the audience and was saying something to him, and he went on his get her out of my chat, get her out of my
Yeah.
chat routine. But one of his mods refused to remove or block K Fit from his channel. So so that's the last I heard of it. So,
Yeah,
oh,
he did do the live. I watched it, and like, it was not right. He was talking. He was Rodney. You did call Korea lover. I think it was like the response was extreme. I know you can tell somebody how to fight. He made fun of how she sounded, and then said like the health read of like you could possibly have some sort of throat whatever. Okay, like the cancer, and said that kind of
he
stuff.
said that again. He said that that's not the first time he said that. So, the simple fact that his own father, he says, has stage 4. Now he's out here projecting, and we're anybody who pays attention, who's listened to Choreo Lover, understands what happened to her voice. So it's not so it's not a mystery. So you sit, and it's not throat cancer either. So he just decides to sit up here and put something on her that is we're supposed to have pity on him because it's taking his father out of here. So that the simple fact that he even bring that up. Oh, and there was a
Yeah.
I hear it was another thing about K Fit that he went in on her because she had written what he had written on his community wall. She copied what he wrote on his community wall, and he was mad about that. But you put it on your community wall. That's what she does. She go okay, so let's be clear why he decided to aim at K Fit about posting something that he had posted on his community wall. So we are supposed to understand why he's mad about that. She didn't lie on him.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Like, how are you gonna be mad at me? I shared you out, and I think that's what Lemon was saying. Like, she was actually sharing your stuff out, and he basically saying that she was messy. But it's like, well, how she be messy when all she did was post what you said? It's not like she added anything or did anything. She didn't elaborate or like put any spin on it. It was just his words. So, um, yeah. So I don't know.
So how did the fight go? How did it end? How did the fight end?
K-Fit pretty much cussed him out, and K-Fit left the panel. She cussed him out, and they went back and forth, dragged each other. K-Fit like cussed him out and said a bunch of stuff, and then dropped down from the panel. And then he stayed on there, and he was talking about like the trolls in the chat.
Oh God, he's the troll in the chat. He is the only troll in the chat. Good God, him and his problems. Oh my God, he's such a joke. So, yeah, that's the other thing that happened. I know happened yesterday. Other than that, not much happened yesterday.
No, that's it. Yeah, the boys
Oh,
fighting, and then that in the morning on Lemon's live.
I'm gonna talk about hey the hood table. Hey everyone who came in. Oh, and I'm gonna talk about Olivia as well. But it's
Uh oh.
no, you can get down if you like, or you can stay, or
It's okay. I'll let you carry on with your
yeah.
show. But yes, I wanted to tell you about the boys fighting because I don't know if you saw. They started kind of late yesterday, and then this morning I was already seeing notification while I was live. I was like, uh oh.
Okay. Thank you for coming up, YouTube cameras. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. No problem. I'll be in the chat. Okay.
You guys be sure to go over to watch YouTube cameras. She's a wealth of information. If one of my mods can put her link in the chat. Also, Very Carey is having her finish the lyrics contest. It is a prize contest. It is this Friday. If you guys, if Carrie, you can put your link in the chat and let us know exactly what time. Is it Friday or Saturday? It's Saturday the 19th. So it's you she's gonna play a part of a song and you have to finish the lyrics. We think we know these songs, but we kind of get muzzled up in the lyrics. I know I do, and we make up our own lyrics, and we think we've been singing the right lyrics for years, and only to come to find out those aren't the lyrics. So you guys may want to go over there and challenge yourself. The person who scores the highest, get the most answers right, will win a nice cash app. So you guys definitely want to go over there to Very Carey's. Did somebody put her? I didn't see somebody drop her link. Uh, Very Carey, drop your link in the chat if you would, and put the time. It's on the 19th. There it is. Thank you, Choreo Lover. Okay, so Olivia the Oreo, Olivia the Oracle. I said what I said. I said exactly what I said. And all of you don't go over to my channel anymore, which means you were going over there and I caught you doing exactly what I said you did. So for you to say now you go over to YouTube cameras page to get notes means absolutely nothing to me about what I said and what I called you on and exactly what you were doing. I never said anything about word for word. Bitch, don't try to make it a thing. You were doing exactly what I said you were doing. And for you to think that it makes it much better since you haven't been over to my page since Friday, but you were there Saturday. Bitch, I never said word for word. You copy content. That's period, point blank. Do your own work. And then you copy it and then don't want to say where you've gotten it from. But see, I tapped your hands. See, now at least your thieving ass is saying where you got it from because at least you are putting YouTube cameras to where you got it from, which you should have been doing about Ronnie Q the whole time, bitch. I said what I said, and you did what you did, and you got caught, ho. Okay, so that's all I got to say about that. I am always butchering. Me too. My husband and my daughter are human lyric books. They always correcting me. Yeah, we be thinking we be doing the damn thing and be totally off. Okay, so now, how many of you are ready for this election? Or how many of you are worried about this election? See, I don't understand how the polls have this election so close at this point of the game. With all of this stuff that has been coming out, Donald Trump has been just saying any and every type of crazy thing. You can vote for who you want to. I, I have no argument with who you vote for. If you think that it's impressive to vote someone who has absolutely said and displayed that he's going to turn this country into a dictatorship, do you? You can vote for who you want to. So the thing that I find fascinating is that uh, there is no secret in what their plans are. So if people are not going to be able to say, oh, well, I didn't know they were serious about that. But oh, he said that he wasn't going to he said he doesn't even know what Project 2025 has in it when we know that most of his administration were the creator of Project 2025. See, everything that he has in store is has been available to everyone. Everything has been put out here. You hear him say these things out of his own mouth. You hear his VP say these things out of his own mouth. So now let's say that something happens to him because they say he's up there farting all over the podium stage, and you can hear it through the mic, possibly dripping feces out of his butt up there. And so let's say something happens to him. So we know the VP is the next in order. So we don't know all the information that they have put out about themselves. Went in person, early voting. Okay. I'm kind of afraid if we could uh, Kamala in office. She's very erratical, and I'm not saying Trump is the best. Okay. I didn't see her being erratic, but you can have your opinion. Okay, but she has not said that she wanted to turn the nation into a dictatorship. That is one thing I can say. So I think that there are plans in place to quit. That uh, you're right. You are ex- you are exactly right. I have always said that uh, Vance has come out and said that they will not. Certify the election. But Vance, you have no certification power over the election. So Vance is the Trump's vice president. So how exactly is he coming out saying that he will not certify the election? See, they are not uh, in they don't have power. They are not the president or the vice president to see the election to a different winner. The vice president is the one who actually certified the election after the Senate certified the election. So, in uh, what mindset does he feel that he has the power to not certify the election? See, I've already told you guys, a lady just got 9 years who was in charge of certifying the electoral votes in Colorado, and bought a stranger in there to go into the voting machines because she felt that it was true that the voting machines were changing the votes from Trump to Biden. So these are the people who has the power to not certify the elections. Let's be clear. I told you guys months ago that they are sending out loyalists to go to certain districts that they obviously see that will not go for Trump, and to contest these votes and not certify these elections. So what does that do if somebody who is put in place to certify the election just don't certify the election? See, this woman in Colorado who just got 9 years refused to accept what the voting machine said and let someone go in the voting machines and try to and took all type of passcodes information and all of this stuff to try to not certify the election. So this is what I'm trying to get you guys to see. There's still there was a poll that had Trump winning in Pennsylvania, and a lot of people are confused. Some polls have her way up, some polls have her way down. You can't pay attention to these polls. Let me tell you why. Because uh, a poll cannot tell you that you got up and you did your part to ensure your future. It is not on anybody's back to pre-say that they are even going to get up and vote. A lot of people like to run their mouth and then sit on the sidelines and then just take in all the winnings and stuff when they have no skin in the game. So a poll is not important to your future. Your The most important thing to your future is to consider your future, consider what's on the table, consider what you're working with, what It's obvious. So you have to get up and vote. So there was one poll that came out about Pennsylvania. That's one of the states that they must need, must win. So a Pennsylvania poll came out that had Trump up in the poll. So a lot of people are trying to say, well, she's losing in all the battleground states. Pennsylvania is one of the battleground states. So if you're depending on what the polls are saying, and if you're getting discouraged behind the polls, see, that's another tactic. That's another tactic because in one of these Pennsylvania polls, we know that Philadelphia is one of the largest voting blocks in Pennsylvania. So, what did they do in this poll to show that Trump was winning in the poll? They took out 90% of the voters in Philadelphia. They did not count 90% of the voters in Philadelphia. So, of course, when they did that, the poll showed that he was winning. So, you cannot trust these polls. So, that's all I'm saying to you guys. Okay. Okay. So, is she any different from Donald Trump or JD Vance in that situation? What was JD Vance's answer to the question? Would he have certified the election like Mike Pence in the debate? What was his answer to that? He said, "Well, what do you say about the censorship of Hunter Biden's laptop?" That's what he said to that question. And see, certifying the election is the only thing that matters. Okay, okay, she's the same to you. She's the same to you. Okay, have at it. You have your vote, and I'm just trying to give factual information. What did he say when he was asked, would he have certified the election? Did he go around that answer? Because that's the most important question that needs answering. But you can't be specific about anything you're saying. All of this, both sides do it stuff is insufficient. You definitely have to watch most multiple sources. So my point is, it's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people want to be entertained, but I at this point of the juncture, I am asking you guys to pay attention to what's going on in the real world about things that are going to affect your real lives. See, a lot of people, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you to pay attention. Okay, so that's all I got to tell you. Stay focused. Oh, don't. Speaking of polls, see, my poll is honest. Okay. I just want people to do their re, research on voting. It is what I'm saying. I'm not knocking your opinion. I agree with you. Yeah, I'm not knocking yours either, because we are at a pivotal. And for the last 6, 8 elections, people have said, "Oh, make sure you vote. This is one of the most important elections. Make sure you vote. This is one of the most important elections." But something about this election really makes me feel that this is a really important election because you have not heard so many. There are people out there who are saying that they would vote for Vladimir Putin over Harris. Actually, saying that. So, when you have an electorate who is that dummied down and don't take into accord anything that is being put in front of them as policy. I mean, let's be clear. There has really been no policy put forth that Trump has put forth in this whole election cycle, in my opinion. There has been no policy, nothing that he said that he wants to do for you, the American people. There have been grievances, there have been griping, there has been he actually said that he thinks that he's going that the Department went against him, and that a lot of people think that I should do the same thing if I win. So he has outwardly said that he is going to sick the Justice Department on his adversaries because he feels that they were sicked on him, but he has no proof to prove any of this. So he has been found guilty of breaking many laws, and because of that, the Justice Department was sicked on him. No, you took private papers out of Washington, and then secret papers, papers that don't belong to you, and refuse to give them back. But now it's the Justice Department being sicked on you, or are they doing their job? But you turn around and say that you're going to sick the Justice Department on your adversaries. And you said that on Fox News. Even Fox News is like, "You're not going to do that, are you? Oh, you're not going to do that, are you?" Well, the people say, people think I should, so I may. So you guys don't hear these things coming out of this. That's why I think that this election is so important. So okay. Okay, I put it this way. He divided our country with hate and won. Now he's dividing the country with men versus women. He believes more men will not vote for a woman. He has concepts of a poly, though. So I just hope you guys take this. My husband and I was laser focused today. We voted for. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't forget, in the states that you can vote early, please vote early. Treating the DOJ as his personal, I wouldn't say even say law firm. I would say uh, it's nothing about the law about that. It's I think that his personal what would it say? It's not about the law. It's about retribution. Uh, Thankfully, the Georgia judge told election official. Georgia judge says county election official cannot delay or decline certification of election results. Thank you for telling me this. See, because that is the ploy that they have. And I thank God that somebody has done that. Now I forget what. Okay, let me. Okay, let me share something with you guys. See, you have to hear what is coming out of his mouth. So let me share my screen real quick. Uh, I'm using this under the the Fair Act clause. Let me. Okay, real quick. Okay, let me remove this so you guys can see. And okay, I have to put my fair use banner up. I'm using this under the Copyright Act 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Fair use is for criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, and scholarships. So let's take a gander at this.
He tells us who he is. And he tells us what he would do if he. Members of Congress don't create jobs, but we can.
Hold on. Gotta add because I had this queued up so long, so they're gonna get their ads in at the right time. Okay.
So here tonight, and he tells us what he would do if he is elected president. So here tonight, I will show you one example of Donald Trump's worldview and intentions. Please roll the clip.
The worst people are the enemies from within.
The enemy from within. Those people are more dangerous, the enemy from within, than Russia and China.
These people should be put in jail the way they talk about our judges and our justices. Now, if you had one really violent day, one rough hour, and I mean real rough. I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. And I think and it should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military.
Okay. So he said the people from within are the problem. They should really be handled by the National Guard or the military. So are we going to pretend like that is not what's on page one of that Project 2025, that the government and the whole nation should be shut down, and the actual military should be put in place to remain to keep them shut down for I think it's 90 days until they can get their new administration up and running like they want it to be. So the deep state, the people in the deep state, the people who don't agree with them, all of a sudden they are the deep state, including whatever judges that don't agree with them, whatever uh, reporters, news stations, and all of this. See, he said this. These are the things that he is saying. So I just want people to be very aware of, I don't think that at this time that it is just pomp and circumstance. I think that these are actual things that he feels and that he would enact. So that's all I have to say about the election. I hope you guys, pay attention. What about Project 2047? I don't know much about Project 2047. Kamala is not to be trusted. Okay. Okay. So let me drop my if somebody wants to come up and converse, you're more than welcome. So I'm gonna drop my link. And you're more than welcome to come up and converse. I'm respecting my people who fought for me to place a vote. Trump wants to take all voting away. He definitely said if you vote him in, you will not have to vote again. They are going to fix that. He said they are going to fix that when he was at the Christian Coalition, that if you vote for him this time, you're never going to have to vote again because they are going to fix that. How do you fix me not having to vote again and try to tell me that that's a good thing? Okay. So with that, I just wanted to always put something out here on the people's brains that don't get so wrapped up in all these fake plays, these money grabs, this begging for money that is being done on the YouTube streets, and don't understand that there are some real pressing and serious issues that we have out here. I dropped the link, Soul Sister number one. Let me drop it again. Okay. There it is, Soul Sister. Hey, Nappy Child. How are you? Agenda 47. Thank you, Nappy Child. I was like 2047. I've never heard of that. I have heard about Agenda 47, but I have not read that. I'm going to be honest, I have not read that. Okay, let me see. Corio Lover says it's against the law for the military to be active on U.S. soil. That's why the National Guard was created. But Corio Lover, you heard the man say that because the man has been empowered to say that exact thing. The man has been empowered by who? The Supreme Court to do whatever he wants as long as he says that is under his presidential powers. And who has the right to say it's under his presidential power? Only him. So he most definitely can do that thanks to the Supreme Court. Hey, Soul Sister number one, thank you for coming up. What do you want to add?
Oh, thank you, sweetheart, for having me. And please excuse my voice. Um, as everybody know by now, this is a very passionate topic for me. I am older than mostly everyone here, and I've met people who had to flee from Poland and Germany, who have lived under the regime of Hitler, women who have been raped by multiple soldiers. I studied how hard it was just for the intense fear of every night not knowing if you're going to get that knock on your door and be taken away. We may have allies, but doesn't mean they will come in time. The saying is, if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're bound to repeat it. Please, ladies and gentlemen, let's not repeat another Hitler to this country. It's not about whether you like Kamala or if you like Trump. It's about what you want to see and how you want to live in a country that you live in. Maybe you were born here. Maybe you don't want to think about what it would be like to be in Hitler's land. This is not about whether you want to like a politician. It has nothing to do with that. You have two options. One, someone is going to work for the country, no matter how you feel. Two, someone will buy this country and make it his own. I'm asking
Okay.
everybody to please consider the option, which is very limited. This country can be another Germany. Don't
So,
don't don't think for a moment. It can't happen. Please don't be that naive and think it can't happen. In this world, anything is possible as long as the door is open.
and let's not
Every vote that you don't give him, that you don't give her, is another vote that opens the door for him.
exactly. And every vote that is not cast, every vote that you give to a fringe third party candidate is a way to open the door for him. And let's not act like we have not been hearing the same type of what is it eugenics type of conversation about all the people from South America are genetically inferior. Y- Have you guys heard him talk about all these illegal immigrants
Third world
over there
countries,
are
as he called them,
genetic, yes, yes, are genetically inferior. So now he's talking about immigrants here are genetically inferior. So you don't have to, it's like, it's just like, getting rid of, a puppy who's not going to survive or something like that. But so don't even look at them as life. So he is that is what they also said about the Jews, that they were genetically inferior. So it was okay to exterminate them. So let's look at the language that is being presented as normal.
Let's not even look at the language. Let's
but
look
wait a
at the
minute.
reputation this man beholds. There's not a soul inside of him.
But wait a minute. His
There's
own.
not
Oh,
a
wait a minute.
sense
Wait a minute.
of
Wait a minute.
humanity
Hold on.
inside of this
Wait a minute.
person.
There's not a now an ounce of honesty in this person because his own mother was an immigrant to this country. But he wants to look you to look at other immigrants as genetically inferior, but not his own mother. So let's understand that it's only the
Or wife.
non-white people he wants you to feel genetically inferior. Let's be real clear on what's going on here. Now, I you guys know that
Wait
I
a minute.
think that this
I want to say another
immigration.
thing.
Wait a minute, you
Wait a minute.
guys. Wait a minute,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
guys
Go ahead.
know that I think that this immigration situation is untenable. It needs to be fixed. It is unacceptable. But I am not going to try to dehumanize people because that's what I think. Go ahead.
His wife did not become a citizen. His wife's mother did not become citizen until after he was in office and was spreading all of that immigration propaganda that he does so very well. His wife comes from another country. His children are half international. But yet, if you're not born from Sweden and Switzerland, he don't consider you to be worthy. Even the Italians may go through a problem. The Asians already have. The blacks are going to be target, and so will everyone else. That that A23 and Me is a voluntarily thing now. What happens if it becomes mandatory to see who you are? What happens if you got to walk on the street with a badge on your arm, letting everyone know who you are and you're a target? Don't think this can't happen. Please, people, do not think this can't happen. It happened before. It happens in many countries now. It can happen here. Don't think we are protected because you think we're civilized. There's too many uncivilized thinkers in this country who is going to vote for him anyway. Too many people with hate and no soul that's going to vote for him anyway. Don't let your vote be one of them. I sound like a campaign ad, don't I? I'm sorry, Ronnie.
Okay. Well, I thank you for sharing. And yeah, so I just want to always, we are like 3 weeks out from the election. Someone I think it was D Dot who Nappy Child, thank you for reminding that when he was in Erie, Pennsylvania, he told the people to go out and vote on January 5th. And we acting like we don't know this dude is crazy. He said, make sure you go out and vote on January 5th. He never caught
I'm
himself.
having I'm having this debate on a news uh, network right now because his last rally he was in, people were fainting.
And he
Sure, it
said the
wasn't he.
dude needed to lose weight. A dude fainted in his rally, and he said, well, maybe you need to lose about 5 or 10 pounds.
He was upset that he couldn't finish his answer and questions because people were fainting. This is a man with no soul. This is a man who does not honor any human being unless if it comes from him and his, or who he married to, or who he is friends with, or business with.
Hmm.
This is not a gentleman you want again as a president of the United States. And it breaks
So
my heart that so many people are not getting it.
yeah, so thank you for coming up. And I am if you don't like it, I am going to be speaking on this election every day. I have, I have spoke on politics, policies, for either or other sides, things that I feel is crazy. But what I feel is crazy now is that we have so many people here who is like really wrapped up into the minutia of dumb stuff, and so many people here who try to project how intelligent they are, who say absolutely nothing about what we have coming before us in the next 3 weeks, by November 7th. So I'm just going to put things out here, and I just hope you guys understand. Thank you for coming up, Soul Sister number one, and thank
Thank
you for
you again for
always being
having me.
engaging and informing.
And please, everybody, if you have any doubts of knowing what Kamala Harris does for this country, I advise you, I ask you, I plead to you, look up her career. Look at all the hearings that she attends and how strong this woman have made it very clear that she will not accept anything less than protecting the people of the United States. I followed this woman's career since she was working with Obama, and I picked her to be vice president. And now I'm picking her to be the president of the United States. Don't let
Okay,
this chance go by, everybody. You only
exactly.
got this one time, and I thank everybody.
Thank you, Soul Sister Cruiser. Is that you?
Yes. Hey,
Hey, Cruiser.
happy Tuesday.
Same to you.
Hello,
Hi, Closer. How you
hello,
doing?
lady. So I wanted to come up real quick and say for those, so many people right now already just decided which way they're going to vote, who they're going to vote for, and that's fine. We all have that right. But I do want to encourage those who are on maybe, kind of on the line, undecided, not sure whether you're going to vote or whatever. Don't let your vote be moved by people, all this gaslighting and all these scare tactics that people saying you're going to lose your freedoms. How ridiculous does that sound? Especially when it comes from certain people. Lose your freedoms, really? Um,
So
saying,
are you
oh,
saying,
say again.
are you saying to vote for him is not to lose your freedom?
Well, I'm telling the people don't fall for all of these scare tactics that's put out by uh, the Trump supporters.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool.
So one of the things, and I'm just going by some things, I put up a video some weeks ago and it got a lot of views on it with a lot of comments, a lot of comments.
Okay,
And I'm just going through some of the comments, the things in the comments that I saw as scare tactics. People were trying to say, how can you be a Christian and vote for Kamala? Well, how can you be a Christian and vote for a man who said he wasn't a Christian?
Mm-hmm.
I believe people can believe any way they want. We in the United States of America. But if you're going to go along those lines and you're going to throw Christianity up, well, he said flat out, straight out, he was not a Christian.
don't
And
forget I'm holding the Bible upside down.
Okay, so wait a minute. We got to let Miss Cruiser finish so I can hear her all the way out, please. Soul
Okay,
Sister,
I'm sorry. I'm so
go ahead.
sorry, Miss Burton.
Go ahead, Miss Cruiser.
and other things like you're going to lose your freedoms. Trying to bring up stuff she's done in college, and y'all brought up that he got multiple kids by baby mamas, and we already know he's been convicted of some of all types of things. One thing Kamala hasn't been done is convicted of a crime. She hasn't encouraged people to attack a federal building and the people in it. So these are the things that we do know. So there's a whole lot of gaslighting. The people that support Trump, all of this. Now the latest thing is that you hear Barack Obama putting down black men. He wasn't putting down black men. That's not what was going on. He was asking a question. How can y'all support this man, or how can y'all say y'all won't vote for Kamala? So he was appealing to black men. He was not putting them down. But if we're gonna talk about that, then Trump did a whole ad trying to get black men falsely wanted black men executed.
executed for something that didn't even have a wasn't even an executable
Right.
offense.
So if we we can go play for play and see which play is worse. And then this I saw a clip of him, and every time I see a clip, I'm thinking this can't be real. He can't be saying hurricanes are wet, water's wet. He
Hmm.
can't be
The
actually saying that folks going to
wettest
go to school and a boy and come back a girl. And this latest clip is he said because somebody turned some lights. It was kind of dark. It was either too lit in there or not lit enough. He told me all I can see is the black people. Really?
Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, that's the latest. All I can see is black people. You know,
Now,
like, really? And this
now,
is the gentleman y'all voting for.
and a lot of people haven't heard this clip of him actually saying, you're going to send your boy to school, and the school is going to decide, and is your kid is going to come back a couple days later as a girl. Well, he actually that is no policy agenda. This is the agenda that he's putting out. A whole bunch of propaganda.
Well, see, the
Yeah.
thing is, he realized that he can say anything and do anything and still get all the people that wants to vote for him to vote for him. He's not going to lose his supporters, no matter what he says or what he does. And most of them, okay, some of them, don't even watch the news on anything he's done.
No,
They just
because they
know,
watch only one news source. Like someone earlier said in the chat, they live in a bubble, and the bubble supplies what they need. You can choose your news source. That's why you need to choose more than one.
but these people that he got wrapped around his little finger, they're voting for a showman. They're not voting for someone to be president of the United States to work for us. They're voting for a showman. They're waiting for him to come back out with a next showman, another television show, maybe a series. I don't know, but
Okay,
they're just not looking for us.
let me share this with you guys real quick. You may not have seen this uh, real quick. Uh, is that it? Okay, here it is right here. This is about North Carolina, Miss Cruiser. You may be interested in this as well. Let me put my banner up. I'm using this as a part of fair use. Let's see how this propaganda campaign is working out for the people in need in North Carolina after this storm. What is actually happening in North Carolina because he told all these lies about FEMA. Let me make sure it's on the right play speed. Okay, let's go.
According to the Washington Post, an urgent message was sent to numerous federal agencies on Saturday, warning FEMA has advised all federal responders in Rutherford County, North Carolina, to stand down and evacuate the county immediately, adding that National Guard troops had come across trucks of armed militia, saying they were out hunting FEMA.
Well, that explosive Washington Post report has been making headlines, a lot of fear.
Okay, so I'm going to drop the link here where you can hear the rest of that. So what do you guys think about that? So, the person in the back, I'm coming right now. Miss Cruiser, had you heard about that?
No, I hadn't heard about that. I have heard, I think that's Asheville, North Carolina. I have heard of all types of, again, scare tactics, wrong information, and stuff like that put out. But that's, yeah, that's a new one for me. That's an additional one. And even people in that area being told to refuse FEMA's help. So yeah, that's a whole
So
nother one to scare it away. This is crazy.
So you will be able to blame Biden administration for not getting you any help. Hold on one second. Corio, is that you?
Yes.
Hey,
Hey.
what you
Hey,
want to add
sweetheart.
something, Corio?
I just wanted to ask a question. I was reading an article this morning, and it said at the latest Trump, he was at a billionaire donor luncheon, and he called Kamala the R word, and for the life of me, I cannot figure out the R word, but I'm assuming it's derogatory since because of the way the article read. Do you guys know what the R word is?
I didn't hear that, and I'm trying to think what could the R word be?
I never heard
Exactly.
of it.
Exactly. They wouldn't spell it out. They didn't, they just put R in a dash like they do in Word. And I'm like, is it something racial to do with their Indian side? Or I don't know. But I was just wondering if you guys knew because I read that this morning. Okay.
Yeah, I
Thank
Thank
you.
didn't
you.
hear that one yet.
Mhm.
I didn't hear that one, Corio. I'm going to try to figure out what this R word is. Cruiser, did you have something else to add or to that you wanted to end up on?
Sorry, I was on mute looking up to see if I could. I did see an article that sure enough said the R word, but I was trying to figure that out too. Um, and let me just say concerning Obama, basically what Obama said, I think he was in Pittsburgh. He told black men it's not acceptable to sit out this election. And I just want to clear that up that he wasn't trying to shame them, put them down, or anything like that. Did he go at it kind of hard? Yeah, but he was just basically telling them it's not acceptable to sit out this election and suggesting that they might be reluctant to vote for Harris because she's a woman. Uh,
Oh,
mhm.
a view said the
Hmm.
R word is retired.
Oh,
Retarded.
yeah, that sounds like something Trump would say.
Hmm.
He's that immature. He's
Yeah.
he's he's that he will fit right in with the beef sector. He's quite immature and don't know things that's inappropriate to say. Um, Child. But yeah.
I've heard some of the guys on YouTube, black gentlemen, uh, don't want to vote for a woman, and they have their reasons. And so, if I'm hearing it on YouTube, then I guess it must be larger than just YouTube. And that's probably why Obama is trying to explain to the black gentleman that this is not a time for you to put your pride aside and hold it against you don't think a woman could do this job. He's just trying to let everybody know she could do this job. She got this.
Yeah. If I may read some of what he said,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
he said, "You're thinking about sitting out or supporting somebody who has history of degrading you because you think that a sign of strength. You think that's a sign of strength because that's what being a man is, putting women down." This is what Obama said. You think what being a man is putting women down, and he said that is not acceptable. So you know if they're saying it's problematic, that he said that this is some more what he said. He said you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. This is what Obama said. I got a problem with that because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly. Part of it makes me think that you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president, and you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. So he was basically, making an argument about, because you have an issue with the fact that she's a woman, and we've seen this before, Hillary, that
Hmm.
because you have an issue with her being a woman, then you're coming up all kinds of excuses to justify voting for someone who does not have you. I don't care what you think what he's saying financially or economically, that does not have your interest. He's not interested in what your needs are. He don't have your interest at heart. That's basically what Obama was saying. That your excuse for not voting for her is because she's a woman. And so for some people saying, I'm not going to vote for her because she's black. This country has voted for many people over the years just because they were white. But that's not the point. Is that Compare your two choices. And if you think that you're voting for Trump for financial reasons because you're going to come out financially, I don't know what you're paying attention to. Because a lot of Trump's, a lot of his reign, we're going to call it, was during the pandemic. Can you really judge what he done for this country financially, or how he helped this country improve financially when we was in the middle of the freaking pandemic?
And can you really gauge how much he did for the country? And someone said I made more money than I ever made when Trump was in president. Why? How? We were in the pandemic, so let's be clear. Let's understand that Obama came in after the house crash crisis, and he built the economy up and left a thriving economy for Donald Trump, who had to do nothing uh, but spend up all that money. Donald Trump gave the largest tax break to rich people than any president in history. These are the things he did. But since the country was under lockdown and people weren't going out and all this type of stuff, uh, what are you gauging this on? Okay, go ahead.
Exactly. What did he serve? 2017 to 2021. I
Hmm.
bought my house in September 2016, and the interest rates were low. People talking about gas prices. He inherited, like you said, he inherited all this the country being in a good position. But then it didn't take him long, even with the pandemic. And yeah, people saved money during the pandemic. I
Hold on.
done told Cujo to stop fussing at me. Let me stop calling your dogs Cujo. Um, but a lot of people saved money and made money during the pandemic, because those of us who was working at home, it wasn't like we were spending it nowhere. And these companies sure did appreciate us not quitting during the pandemic. You know,
Everyone
those
is trying to remember
the
the
jobs
bills.
they had to keep going on. So a lot of, yeah,
Everyone
of
is
course, a lot of people made money and was able to make money, and they was getting out on stimulus checks that he was
everyone is
paying
trying
folks.
everyone is trying to remember the bills they didn't have to pay during the pandemic. And as far as the stimulus check, what was that? $750 one time?
Or
I
twelve
don't
hundred.
remember
I
any of
think
it. Was it?
I think some people got something around $300. Some people got $1,200 twice in the whole year. How did that stimulate people? People who rent was uh who didn't have to pay rent, they didn't have to they didn't have, excuse me, they didn't have to pay it after, or and still were getting evicted because the rent release did not prevent you having to pay the actual months that you were still in there. Come on, how did that help people?
That was a lot of evictions right after
Yeah,
that
or
because
a lot of
landlords were,
evictions.
yeah, they were like, I want my money now. And
Right.
that was a lot of money to come up with.
And speaking of the Rona, that proves that Trump is reactive rather than proactive, because
Mm.
he could have got in front of that and saved a lot of Americans, helped a lot of prevent a lot of Americans from losing their lives. Had he been upfront with us instead of just saying, "Okay, well, I'm just going to tell people that they can't travel over to the United States," had he been upfront with the American people when the Rona first started hitting America, and if he would have shut things down then and gotten in front of it, rather than waiting all the way to March, and people was being affected all the way back as far as November, or probably even before that, then we wouldn't have had the mess that we had. That was the decision made by him, by his own admission, that he delayed, telling people, talking about he didn't want to panic. So looking at all these people dying daily was causing a panic.
Exactly. So I'm gonna play my last thing. I gotta get off of here shortly, but I'm gonna play my last little clip. You guys are welcome to stay up or get down if you want to get down. You have any last
I'm gonna
words?
slide on down. Thank you for allowing me to come up and say that. Y'all don't be moved by the hype. Don't be moved by the lies. Don't be moved by the gaslighting. Don't be ashamed to vote for Kamala, saying I'm not gonna vote for her because I'm black. Bump all that. Don't fall for any of the trickery, the mind trickery. Remember those people on January 6th that some of them are still sitting in jail to this day, regretting falling for for all that shiggity of Trump.
And believing that he would get them out of jail and he would bail them out and all of that. You're gonna stay up here for this last one,
Yeah,
Soul Sister
I
number
will.
one.
Go ahead,
Okay.
sweetheart.
So I this is the last thing that I want to present that I had to present to you guys. Okay, here we go. Rattle, 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 radicalization. I can't say radicalization campaign. Okay, so this is the radicalization campaign that is being pulled on you.
Near dead heat with Vice President Kamala Harris, particularly as Donald Trump, whose own former Joint Chiefs of Staff Chair Mark Milley called fascist to the core, closes his campaign with what can only be described as a mix of incoherent rambling and straight up Nazism.
One of the papers said on another country that we are an occupied country. And you know what? They're not that wrong. These are among the worst criminals anywhere in the world, and they come from all over. A huge number is coming out of jails in the Congo. We will defend our civilization. We will not be conquered. We will not be occupied. We will not be invaded. I will rescue California and every town across America that's been invaded and conquered. And we will put these vicious and bloodthirsty criminals in jail or kick them the hell out of the country.
There's also the equally Hitlerian rhetoric that he used to describe American citizens and what might happen on Election Day.
I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics. And I think they're and it should be very easily handled by, if necessary, by National Guard, or if really necessary, by the military, because they can't let that happen.
Okay, so this is the same person who told people to march to the Capitol before they certified the election, because Mike Pence already told him that he was not going to pull a trick to not certify the election. So he called no National Guard, no anybody out on them. But he says that some circumstance, if he doesn't if he wins, that the actual military is going to be needed to be called out on the people on the left. You see how easily he can just call the actual military, not the National Guard, the actual military. But and when you, like Corio Lover said, the military cannot be used on U.S. grounds, but the Supreme Court said he can do whatever he wants. So let's continue.
On the other hand, Vice President Kamala Harris responds the way a normal campaign would, accurately warning voters of the dangers of Trump.
We can already see the harm he's up to as a candidate. Most recently, spreading disinformation in the wake of natural disasters. Blocking real solutions that would stop drug cartels from crossing the border when he tried to kill and did that border security deal. Because you see, Donald Trump cares more about scaring people, creating fear, running on a problem instead of what real leaders do, which is to participate in fixing problems.
Vice President Harris will have more to say.
Okay, I'm gonna drop you the link for this so you can watch the rest of that. Soul Sister number one, I really appreciate you coming up. Is there anything you want to end with?
She just stills my heart every time I hear her speak. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of everybody who understands her message. Have a wonderful day, Ronnie, okay?
You too, and I really appreciate you coming up and talking with me about this. So, thank you so much.
All right, sweetheart. Bye bye.
Uh, he knows his daughter and son-in-law took 3 billion from the Saudis. Yes, for allegedly for a company that he had no experience in working in. We know he grew up in real estate and bankrupted his father's real estate deals. So, but then he gets $3 billion from the Saudis allegedly to do a business where he sets up all of his friends in who also had no experience. I don't even know what type of some type of tech business or something that they are supported by Saudi billions. So why? What was his company doing that was so? And none of them know anything about this business that they're in. So let's be clear. Uh, don't believe the hype. Uh, believe what your ears are telling you. All right. So if I can, let me end my poll. If I can get the likes up, I would greatly appreciate it. Let me see what the poll is saying. I forgot what the poll is, obviously, because it was so long ago. Okay. Did you read or watch any news yesterday or ever? Yes, I try to stay informed. 61%. It's a hit or miss for me. 22%. Who has time with the beef sector? 9%. My future depends on it, 6%. So I hope that you guys you know try to get some information or some actual news from somewhere in the next month, 3 weeks, and you know, take your future in your own hands the best you can. So, also, I would like to announce that I am having a centerpiece, a I am having a centerpiece competition, a fall centerpiece competition. It will be on this Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. That would be 2 p.m. Pacific Time, and that would be 4 p.m. Central Time. All you have to do is create a fall centerpiece. That's it. The centerpiece can have the theme of simply fall. It can have a Halloween theme, a Thanksgiving theme, or a Christmas theme. That is totally up to you. So we need you to come prepared with your camera set up, with your pieces pre-cut and ready to stick into the centerpiece and just create your centerpiece. It would be great if you have a camera set up, so we want to see you actually create this centerpiece. This is something that would be indicative of fall. We're not telling you to reproduce anything that I'm showing you. This is something that could fit for Halloween. It can be something that you can put on a table, a side table, a credenza, your mantelpiece, just a centerpiece. That's all we're looking for, and we want to see you create it. This is something that is indicative of fall. This is kind of, I would consider that a Thanksgiving theme. Something like this could be considered simply fall, Thanksgiving, or Halloween. So, let your creativity guide you. This could be Christmas. This is something very simple, just two elements, apples and pine leaves. Can make beautiful things. Don't think out too extravagant, but if you can do extravagant things, you can use faux flowers or real flowers. The prize pot is at $150 for the single winner, and I have another $25 that is promised to be added to the prize pot. So potentially $175 is going to go to one winner. And if you would like to contribute to the prize pot, you can cash at me $sign Ronnie Q and just put prize pot in the note, and that will be added to our prize pot. The competition is going to last about an hour, no longer than an hour and 15 minutes for the creations of these centerpieces, and then we are going to crown a winner. So if you would like to participate, please let me know, or please show up on time with all of your greenery ready to go and put into the creation of your centerpiece. If you have a lot of cutting and all of that to do, you can pre-do that. But if you have a lot of cutting and stuff to do when you show up at the competition, just understand everyone is going to be given an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to create their work. So I hope you guys come out. This has been, I have let you guys know ahead of time about this competition. It is on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So this has been out here for a while. So we know how it goes in the beef sector with piling on of other things on people's dates, but we will still be here during our competition. So I thank you all for coming out, and I hope you guys have I fall as my all pieces will be a winner. No, we're gonna have one winner and one pot. But all pieces will be able to be used by you. So I hope you guys come out. I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Thank you for showing up for me for my late live, and I appreciate you all. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you around the YouTube streets. All right, I'm out of here. Bye bye.